Hey, how is everyone doing today? Matthew back here with another video. So, I had a very, well, this is serious, but I had a very educational video planned for today. But I guess just due to some of the things that I've been going through personally recently, and some of the things that have gone on even just the past week or so, and kind of where my career is taking me, I guess I started thinking a lot about my past clients, the past 16 years I've been in this profession. So I kind of wanted to give a bit of I guess we'd call this a vlog, a bit of a vlog about a client who I had, who sadly enough is no longer with us. It's one of those stories that is really kind of close to my heart, and it's still something I think about quite regularly. So yeah, this gentleman, his name is Jim. I won't give out his full name on here, as I haven't talked to the family in quite a while. But Jim first came to me with right after he had gotten off his colon cancer treatment. So I wish I could remember the exact year, but I think it was 2009 that I first met him. I was already training his wife, and his wife recommended to him that he come see me. Now, when he first came in, because the colon cancer had taken such a toll on him, he was having a hard time walking. He couldn't go up or down stairs really without some very serious effort. His flexibility was so bad that when I asked him to touch his toes, he couldn't go down past his knees. He did say, however, that he was never able to touch his toes his entire life. And so that was one of our biggest goals when we first started. Now, Jim was born in 1949, so that means that when I met him in 2009, he was 60. I believe he was actually 59 at the time, as he was born, I think, in September. So, yeah, that makes sense. So, somewhere mid-2009, we started, and 3 months later, after lots of work, he touched his toes for the first time. And I remember seeing his eyes light up and saying to me, I'm 60 years old and I just touched my toes for the first time. That's pretty incredible. That winter, he was outside shoveling the snow. And he said to me, there was a time where I thought I'd never be outside shoveling the snow again. And I mean, he was an incredible person, one of the kindest, warmest people you'll ever meet. I really did care for this man. He was an incredible client, but we developed a bit of a bond over the years going through this together. At the time, I was at Extreme Fitness, working for them. And when I opened my own location, he sought me out and came and trained with me at a series of little efforts. So, came with me there, and we kept training hard, and he did incredibly well. I mean, he went from barely being able to walk to, by the time he was 65, I mean, he was killing it. I mean, he was lifting more weight than he probably had his whole life, and it wasn't about the weight he was lifting. It's just he felt great. He felt strong. He was able to do things that he hadn't been able to do since he was a kid. But I think the biggest thing is that the character that this man had. When I was doing the renovations on that gym, I remember him coming and bringing me his saw because he knew that the next day I had to have the floor down, and I didn't have the floor of the studio down yet. He was just very caring, and he would always be there for you no matter what. So anyway, in 2014, I believe early in the year, he got a case of the shingles. And I mean, anybody that's been through shingles knows how much of a toll it's going to take on your body. So he had to take a couple months off of working out. And when he came back, he really wasn't feeling great. And it's one of those things that has a long-lasting effect, shingles. But in this case, it wasn't getting any better. And he lost a whole bunch of weight, and it was starting to become worrisome because it was now months later, and his strength was steadily declining, and he was losing weight, and he was still trying to blame it on the shingles. And at one point, I remember the two of us stopping and having a little conversation and saying, Jim, I don't want to worry you, but this isn't shingles anymore. I mean, you have to go talk to your doctor. And I know that he was really concerned and really genuinely scared of what the doctor was going to say, because I think by that point he knew already in his head that it wasn't the shingles anymore, and he knew what was going on. And he said, I know, my wife's been on me to call, but my doctor's away and I don't want to bug him. And we kept talking, and I said, listen, I know that you're worried about this, but you got to do it. And he's like, I know. So his following session that he was supposed to come see me, he pulled up in his truck in front of the studio, and I was waiting for him and excited to see him. And he stepped out of his truck wearing jeans. And I'd never seen him in jeans before. And I remember knowing at that exact moment that something was wrong. And he came in and he said to me, he says, I'm not here to work out today. I said, yeah, I know. And he sat me down and told me that the cancer was back, and that had already progressed quite far, and that they ruled out that it was just going to be a simple fix. And it was quite possible that he only had a little while left. And he passed away soon after, October 1st, 2014. I later found out. It's a very sad story, but I don't know who we're saying this to, but Jim, if you're out there somewhere, every single person in that gym missed you, and every single person asked about you and how you were doing. And you meant a lot to me, and a lot to the business, and a lot to every person's life that you came across over the years. And it's quite possible that nobody in your family will ever see this video, but I don't know, I thought it was important to kind of touch on the people side of personal training as well. It's not just all work. It's, there are real emotions and real ties that come from this business, and that's why I do what I do, is because I genuinely care for my clients. And Jim is just a wonderful example of an incredible person and somebody that I'll never forget. And, he came so far after such an incredibly hard fight. And it's really sad that that's how it had to end for him. But, he touched the hearts of many people, and myself included. And definitely never forget you, Jim. So yeah, that's it for today. So I'm going to keep this part short, but don't forget to subscribe to the channel up here. We're going to have some videos here and here for you guys to check out as well if you're interested. Please like, comment, subscribe. Sorry for the emotional video today, but it's just, with a lot of things that are going on, I really thought it was a good time to post this and, kind of show the softer side as well of personal training. So hopefully you guys are doing well, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. Take care, guys. Have a great night.